This is the first small group discussion with J. Krishnamurti in Gstaad, 1964.
First of all, let's be clear what we're trying to do.
That's it.
Yes.
And what we do not want to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Well,
clear
yes.
what we're doing. What is it we want to do?
What we want to do, can I talk here?
Well,
What-
anybody, don't ask my permission,
all
please,
right.
to talk. Just
I think what we want to do will clear itself when, first of all, we'll find out what we don't want to do. If we don't, please, I don't want to sit here and say I'm conditioned and how am I to be sure of my condition. I don't want to be here, to sit here and to discuss what it is to be mature or adult. Many things I don't think we're here to ask again over and over some questions which have been asked. I don't know, but perhaps people don't agree with that. I feel this ought to be entirely different to things which have already happened so many times. Or else what's the purpose? We've had 18 talks and 18 million years, as you said, and I mean to say, those I suppose who are here have been very kindly invited to come, not to indefinitely going on with all this same stuff which seems to be somewhat of a kindergarten. I mean to say, not that your answers are not extremely enlightening and so on, but that are we just here to ask questions and to sort of swallow them up? I think we ought to start from the very beginning.
What do you feel is the very beginning?
Well, I think the very beginning would be to say something's happened. What has happened? Something's happened. What is it? That's the very beginning.
What do you mean by something's happened?
Well, I don't know. Something's happened.
What do you mean by that exactly? Do you mean you've had a row with somebody or
No,
feel enlightened
something has happened in relationship with Krishnaji. Something has happened.
to what?
Let's find out if we can understand what's happened and what's happening.
I don't think it's very clear what you mean by something has happened.
Because it isn't very clear, we have to clear it. I think the beginning is to find out if anything has happened and if anything is happening.
I would like to ask you, you said something has happened in relation to Krishnaji.
Yes?
Is this really so, or is it not perhaps in relation to yourself that something's happened, if anything has happened? This is something perhaps we might look into, this tendency that I believe you did bring up in the last lot of discussions, that we constantly think of something happening through Krishnaji. Is this something that perhaps
All right,
we might
I've heard
look at?
something. What is it?
Yes.
You see, I'm sitting in my room, and I heard something. What is it? What have I heard? That's the beginning.
But
You see, if I sit here and somebody outside, you hear a cry, you know very well if it's a child playing or somebody being murdered.
But can you say what it is you have heard?
Of course, you can immediately realize if you hear
But
somebody
I mean
being
you
murdered,
personally. I mean you
but
personally.
can't you?
No, but right now.
Not right now, you personally.
Yes,
Could you help us by clarifying that a bit?
not immediately. I mean to say, I think I can be a witness of something which has happened. I heard something. I know and I know if it's a child playing or if it's somebody being murdered. I mean to say, I needn't waste a long time to find out. I immediately realize what it is. Have we heard something and what is it? If we don't start from that, and if we if we're not witnesses of something, have we heard somebody crying because somebody is being murdered?
Well, for myself, I realize truly that the most important thing is to know oneself, and I don't know myself.
I don't know what's being, well, I don't know what is myself, and I don't know what is important. I heard somebody yelling, somebody being murdered. I don't know, if I heard that, I'm not thinking about knowing myself. What do you do?
Well,
But
go
may
out
I
and
go
do something
further?
about it.
I really
do
don't
you-
understand you. I think so. I'm very sorry.
I understand.
I think that perhaps we haven't understood you. But to me, I believe we
Well,
have to
Can
understand ourselves.
you meet me in the fact, have we heard something new? Have we heard something, and what is it that has, can I go into it?
Yes.
I hear a cry, I hear something. I've been hearing it for 40 years now. I've been hearing it. Something which came from beyond time, something which is timeless, something which is entirely different. And what are we? We are layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of petrified dust. And suddenly something comes from beyond, from that which is not time. What happens? How do we hear it? Where does it strike us in the very strong sense of the word striking? I mean to say, that's the whole thing.
What is your answer to that?
I would like to know if we meet on that.
Yes.
My answer is irrelevant.
Is it? Because how can we discuss it unless we, currently this impact
Do
has happened.
you
to each one of us.
feel, do you realize, do you see that we are layers upon layers of petrified dust of time? All that which has been said, millions of years of things which have been going on, and suddenly something happens. How do we hear it? Do we hear the thing which happens actually in its freshness, in its newness, in its or do we feel the vibrations of all those layers?
Excuse me, but I don't speak English, but I have to ask you something.
Yes?
You say that the point of departure is to research
No,
something
no,
that happened.
no. I don't say to research.
No, you don't
I
say,
say
but it means.
something has happened,
But
and
your mind is research of something.
no. I heard somebody screaming.
No, I
Yeah,
think,
but-
may I say one thing? I think probably what Mr. Suarez means is that what is the thing that has moved us all? That we are here.
Wait, I don't know if I've moved. I heard something. What is it? Have I heard the thing, or have I heard my movement of the thing? Please, that's the real question. Have I heard the thing itself, or have I heard the vibrations, or have I been, or have I heard the echo of that thing in myself? That's the problem, that's the question.
But I don't understand. You say we are here today not to ask answer or over.
I'm not here to
So you are looking for something. I don't remember the word in English.
No, I heard something.
Yes. And you want to explain to us what you heard.
No,
As
I
a
want to
matter
know
of
if you
fact,
heard
you
it.
are
But
saying
I
that
don't
you
want to
want
explain. I've been asked to explain. I didn't want to explain.
You want to discuss your personal experience of what happened.
No,
That's all.
No, no.
Well, if it is
You
not
are
that, what is
waiting
it?
that
I
something
don't want to
had
discuss.
happened.
Hmm?
You are waiting that something happened.
No,
I
I'm
understand
sorry.
that.
Don't want to discuss my personal things, which I'm not at all interested. We are here. I say, are we here to again ask all sorts of questions concerning what are we to do?
It means, sorry, I think we better simply say, what is it we are here for. First begin, no?
Yes, I think yes.
I think that's
Yes,
much
I think we should
simpler
perhaps.
than the other process of what you're trying to get at. Wouldn't it be much simpler to ask why we are here? Why am I? Why you?
Yes.
Why you? No, wait. Why you, Suarez and I, come here this morning? What for? Not that I heard a cry or somebody murdered or anything. Why am I here?
I think surely we've come to investigate this.
No, wait. Why are no? First, let's be clear.
No,
Why
not to
are we?
investigate that, but to try and understand what it
Let's
is that
be
you are.
clear. The first question: why are we here? You and I.
In order to try to go into this business.
Well,
which
you don't
we're
know
talking
as yet.
about. We want to go into it rather than talk about it, surely.
Well, I'm here because I actually feel a mess of confusion, and I'm wondering if there is some way of getting some clarity from which I can live and act. I really am here for that.
So
But only you can
it
feel
is
that for yourself. I realize
either
that.
learning or expressing our intellectual understanding.
Oh, no.
There is no other way. Either we learn step by step, or we discuss things from our intellectual understanding. And both cannot meet. It is one or the other way. You can't get out of that.
No, we are not here for that. It is there to discuss.
I think so. We're all alive in the world, and we must all feel, in some way or another, that we don't completely understand the process of living in the world. And we hope that by speaking together, we will come to some understanding of ourselves and our relationship with the world, or some understanding of what we call life. Probably that is why we're here. Perhaps there are symptoms which make us feel that we haven't understood life and relationship and living.
I don't know, my motives are so confused, it's not so easy, you know. On this level, of course, I really want to understand, but there are other reasons why I'm here. I think, for me anyway, and these are things that I want to look into because they are connected with this understanding of myself.
Well, how can we know ahead of time what we are in for?
Madam Radi, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you like, I'm just asking, I'm not
Yes.
stating anything, wouldn't you like to go to the very source of things and from there ask, not from outside ask? I don't know if I'm...
Yes.
Huh?
Look, I think that if in intellectual level we are here, is to find why are we always looking for something.
Well, can
We ought to meet somewhere. We are not meeting at all.
You said this, huh? I think what we
in trying to look into myself, you know, the first thing I had to do is to go back to my childhood. And through going to my childhood, I came to understand why I react to certain things.
We don't know what that source is that you spoke about. From which to ask the question.
I come back to what, so have we heard it? So we haven't heard what Krishnamurti has been saying, if we don't know what it's about.
je crois que je suis ici pour tâcher de mieux comprendre. Comment tâcher de réaliser ce dont vous parlez? Cela pas en relation à moi-même. J'aimerais, si c'est possible, qu'on parle de cela, car ça c'est la chose immédiatement, pratiquement nécessaire pour nous.
Seems to me we can explore ourselves endlessly on what we are at a certain level, and that can go on indefinitely.
Yes. Exactly.
So
for us who've been doing it,
I mean, childhood is
We've been doing it indefinitely.
It becomes an indulgence in the end.
Of course.
There's no end to that. It's endless discussion.
But you can't go on endlessly discussing. We've been 40 years at it. So when you realize that you've done nothing in 40 years, you'd say something is wrong. This way of approach is wrong. There surely is something wrong. Not that indefinitely I'll die tomorrow and I'll grow up, I'll still continue till the last day.
I think the very important problem to me at least is the question of passion. The things which we have discussed so many times are rather clear, and to me rather simple. But the fire which burns them away is slowly fading out after those meetings have happened. And that is a deep and serious question. Is this fire, how can it be burning on?
That's it. We've seen planes carrying gliders, then when the rope is gone, the glider hasn't got the motor, and then that goes on, and then it's carried by the wind, and then it has to go down. That's not our purpose.
Well, the big danger that I see in what I would call observing myself, and then too perhaps I presume that I can at times, but it's the blind spots, and I see it in myself and I see it in other people who've been studying themselves. There are some areas that never seem to be penetrated, and I've been given, the things have been pointed out as to how this is possible to penetrate those areas, but it's very clear because I really see that there is this absolute illusion in some areas.
Well, are you prepared to do it? You see, the whole point, most probably, if we are prepared to do it, we can. You can penetrate those areas.
Well, I even played mental tricks because this past year I said to myself there was something like lawful incapacity, but I don't really believe that now. I think it's something else.
I feel that I agree with that what we want to try to do is to get at the source of this fire. If we can do that, then the other things will follow.
Well, what I don't understand very well, because it's the first time I come in this reunion, there is no 40 year for me of this reunion, is why I am hearing always myself, my jeunesse, always looking for something, for patience, from looking for. Always, that is my impression here since 10 minutes. It's always a movement. I think that the interesting thing is to catch immediately the movement. That is to say the mechanism that make yourself tell these things. Why? Why someone want to have an explication for the patient? This is no interesting, the explication on the patient. The interesting thing is to know why this question arise in the mind. Sinon, on court toujours en rond. On ne brise pas le cercle.
all this doesn't help me to understand why we are here this morning. I was told that a small group would be meeting here from 15th onwards, and I'm here, but I really do not know why we are meeting and what is going to be the nature of discussion that will take place.
Well, but why to try to explain everything? I think that maybe we can tell exactly why we are here the day when we know. Because actually we try to make explication from some things that we are not awake.
It seems to me that the wrong exposition of a problem guarantees the wrong lines of inquiry. And that we should therefore first of all find out what is the right exposition of the problem. Not simply what we want, because our wanting is part of it also.
When you visit, having a child for the first time, you see, when you get to have it, you just try to know something about it, get to know it. And as you live with it and become familiar, it tells its story.
That implies time again. We can very easily find out that time doesn't help us a lot at all. Almost the contrary.
Or do we want to know why we don't have the child? Having heard all that Krishnamurti has said and having had it very meaningful to all of us, we still find something in us that doesn't go far enough into that. And why we don't, isn't that on all our minds, if it is broken? That may be the problem, perhaps not the way to discuss it.
I think that the why we have to find out for ourselves by this looking. Why for each one of us, I think, is different, and no one can tell me why, probably, except in an indirect way. I have the feeling that, at least for myself, I'm still looking for a recipe, you know? One comes and one looks to you as the authority, you know, subconsciously. This, anyway, for me seems to be...
But Miss Bowman, don't you think, for myself I would say all this peripheral approach is all nonsense. I don't want to go through all that. Through self-knowledge, through knowing myself, blind spots, the baby being born, some hearing a cry, what the cry means. I don't want to. I'm bored with all that stuff. All the analysts everlastingly talk about all this. What would be of interest, I think of significance, is to explode from the center. I don't know how it's done. We're not inquiring, tell me what the recipe is. We're not talking about that. An explosion which is going on all the time, bursting, not just once in a blue moon. So that I'm in a state of, there is a state of extraordinary, polity in it. How can we discuss or ask each other questions, or what can one do to come to that explosion?
This is my interest.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What do we do? What am I to do?
Explore together. And here,
No. I don't know if I'm making my question clear.
It is clear.
Yeah?
Yes.
No, it's not to him. Somebody else discuss it, sir. Take it up and see. You see, sir, I don't want to go through self-knowledge, Vedanta, science, analysis, all, what we go through. Man has gone through 2 million years. It doesn't interest me. It's all right, but it's always coming from the outside to the inside. This is the search we're always making. Right? Agree?
Yes.
And I don't want to do it. It doesn't mean a thing to me. And I said to myself, is it possible, if I don't go through that, from the peripheral approach, is it possible to start from the very depth of things, from the very root of existence, or root of what man has endeavored through centuries to find. Not to search and explore, discuss.
Cut it all out.
Cut it all out and come to it. Huh? Is it clear?
No.
Then how? That would be the, all the rest is
Works.
waste of time. Do we agree to that?
Yes.
Do we think? Shall we not discuss?
Fine.
Explore.
I know.
No. How?
Huh? No, wait a minute. If this is your question, if this is my question, that you are fed up with all the thing, your self-expression, your poetry, your painting, your gods, and the whole works. You understand, sir? And not kind of subtly express your own being and your own all the rest. So, what would be of tremendous significance, I should think, I don't know how you would regard it, to, as a flower bursts, it's in full bloom. It doesn't talk about investigation. You follow what I mean?
Yes.
The whole business. And that may be impossible, I don't know. I think that would be why I'm here. Or that would be the for myself, that would be the basis of all going out or coming in, whichever we like to put it. I mean, if one hasn't done self-knowledge, blind spots, and all that, I said, for God's sake, do it, finish, get on with it. Don't talk everlastingly about it. So how do I or you commune or discuss or exchange, intellect, whatever it is, how do we talk together about it? So that you and I live, have, be in that. You follow? I may be using wrong words, excuse me, you can skip the words. It's the same thing Dr. Simmel said. I lose the fire.
We seem to have an infinite capacity for seeing the things that prevent. When one looks, one sees doors or closed doors all around, which at least I am constantly, when I try to look at something, see infinite things that prevent the possibility of something else. I don't see that. I'm busy looking at all the walls that are between me. There must be some way to just not do this, to not look indefinitely.
You know, LSD.
Yes.
You know LSD, of course. LSD is supposed to sensitize chemically or some way the mind so that it perceives the barrier, it is sensitive to the barrier and goes through the barrier without any effort. It may have 10 barriers, but it goes through it.
It opens doors.
It opens the door. You know, non seulement de lit.
Rend visible.
Non, vous savez, it is a chemical. I haven't tried it, but people who have tried told me it's a chemical which affects the cells of the brain. And the cells of the brain which are dormant, which are lethargic, which are held down, suddenly wake up through chemical reaction and see that door, which I had never seen that door before, and go through without the least effort. You follow, sir? They have tried mescaline, LSD, they are trying now the chemicals to affect the brain so that you become extraordinarily sensitive. And also you have certain development of character, change of character, you're completely different in your attitudes, your face changes, you chemically always. Chemically, you understand, sir? So you don't have to go through all the steps of self-knowledge. Oh my God, my God, my God. If chemicals can do this, you follow?
Yes, but is there any, it seems that, to me, the little I have read about it, that there isn't the element of understanding in it.
No, there is not only,
So there is a difference, isn't there? I mean,
I'm not saying.
I know you're not. I know.
So when you say I have blind spots, I must know myself.
Yes.
I said, take for God's sake a mescaline drink, do anything. You follow? Don't discuss that stuff, which you can get over in a couple of, or do it yourself. Not depend on what you call LSD or any chemicals. Finish with it. Don't struggle for 40 years. One is stupid to struggle with it for 40 years. Something is wrong with you. Go to the well and never draw the water. And we are talking of always being at the well, never drawing.
Yes.
Right? I don't know. So I said, what are we discussing? It's so futile to this kind of discussion. Which is, I must know myself, my values, my relationship to society, its imposition on me, And by taking one pill or a certain chemical, you're out of all that in a flash. So, you follow, it has no meaning anymore. So when you and Mary says, we have done all that for 40 years.
I don't say that.
Eh?
No, I don't say that. I was talking on the contrary, very clumsily perhaps, but I was just saying, hear the thing directly and not through all those layers.
No,
which is entirely different.
Wait, let's be very clear that if the man has heard for 40 years...
No. He's heard once. He's heard only once.
Now don't make it intellectual, sir.
I'm not making it at all intellectual. I may make it emotional, but I don't want to make it emotional either.
Either emotional or intellectual.
All right.
What is it you're trying to tell us?
That which is timeless, I know how to name it, has gone through all those different layers of time. And it's there. I mean to say, it's very easy. I'm not listening to the echoes in all the different layers, but when the thing itself is there, it's there, and it's the end of it. Not the end, it's the beginning of something. I'm not making it clear, but it's very difficult to make it clear.
No, sir. No. It's not difficult to make it clear.
I'm not making my point. I see that I'm not making my point, and I know how to do it. If you listen to all those different things which happen in time, indefinitely, then it is your own experience, and so on and so on, not which is not at all my point. But if and when that timelessness strikes, gives one real stroke to the whole psychological structure, then the psychological structure doesn't think that it has to do something about it. I don't know if I'm conveying anything
I
at
think
all.
that's very clear, sir. I think that's very clear.
It is clear.
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's it.
Then
then.
what? Then proceed.
Then the natural thing to do is to be here, because it's natural, because it's a natural thing to do.
No, Victor, don't jump up.
You were wanting to.
What were you saying, sir?
I say that if we think we have to do something about it, we are again wrong. We we are not, we don't, I personally don't feel like discussing either self-knowledge or what it is to be mature and all that
You
nonsense.
stated that, sir.
I
You
said
stated.
it. Nor do we want to discuss what we are going to do about it.
We've finished with that. Finished with that.
We finished with that.
Then-
Have we really finished
Oh, well,
with
you
that?
know, then you have to find out for yourself.
I know I have finished with it.
Oh, but why not? That's one of the most difficult things
Yes.
to say that you are finished with it. Don't let's fool ourselves.
I'm finished.
talking quite impersonal.
I'm-
No, please. You know,
I finished discussing it, I mean.
that's a different matter.
That's what I meant. I finished discussing it. Now, when we finish discussing it, and apparently we have no more topic, no more subject to discuss. We say, are we going to discuss emotion? Are we going to discuss
No.
this and
No.
that and that? And we
No.
don't want to. We don't want
No.
to.
All
So,
right.
so here we are now with something which can be new. It can be. Is it, I'm just trying to find out, is it a question of being vulnerable to it? Please, can we, where are we going to be vulnerable so as,
To get it.
so that all those resistances, those resistances,
I don't want even to.
you don't want, no.
I don't want even to know where I'm vulnerable, not vulnerable, what am I to do, what
Good.
I'm not to do.
All right.
And I have the blazes with all this.
All right.
That's,
Is it possible just to be?
Yeah, wait a minute, sir. What is the question?
Is it possible to?
Do think it out, sir. Not if, I'm finished with the peripheral approach. Mhm. First of all, I'm quite sure I have.
that's the thing.
Otherwise, we'll just be fooling with words and fooling each other.
That is thrown back to the individual.
No, don't go back to the individual. Don't say I. See, you can see it for yourself. You don't have to discuss it.
You see, when you say that we're in front of the well, why don't we just draw the water? It just makes sense. Why don't we? Then if I don't draw the water, then it seems to me I haven't finished with this peripheral approach. It's still working in me. I'm still caught in this, because otherwise, if the well's there, obviously, there is no problem in drawing the water.
On condition that you see the water in the well.
Yes, exactly.
Hearing water or
No,
listening
meeting
or
the
hearing the
water
cry,
well.
which I said, it's exactly the same thing.
Don't let's quarrel about whether you're
No, it's
silly or my
exactly the
silly
same
is
thing.
better. For God's sake, let's
But
drop
do
it.
we see it? Do we see the point? Do we see it?
To me, part of the problem is this directed state of consciousness, where one's energy is usually directed by the mind peripherally in a certain direction, always directed. And the problem is how to jump out of that so that one is not directing it at all.
Is that why you and I are here to discuss?
Not to
discuss. Is that why you and I are here? Because you and I both realize, not verbally, intellectually, emotionally, anyway, we realize that is absolutely futile. Hmm? We may slip into it occasionally, but radically, deeply, we say that's silly. And we can give reasons why it's silly and we can discuss it. But is that the reason that you and I come here? No.
Say yes.
What?
I would say yes, that's why we come here.
What? You come here for
We
what?
come here because we see that every action that we have done or tried to do to get out of this self-centered state of activity doesn't help us at all.
I'm not trying to help you. I'm not interested in
No,
helping myself.
I'm interested in helping myself.
I'm not. Sorry.
Well, if
You can do that outside.
You
You can-
are in confusion.
You can do that. Go and do it quietly at home and say, look, I'm confused, I'm going to go through with it. Out. You'll not keep on for years discuss I'm in confusion, and how to get out of it. Sorry, I'm not being
No,
or impatient. I said, go to the room, get into a room, go out for a walk, get hold of it. Take hold of yourself and go through it.
So the question is, there is more opportunity to be here together to discuss this.
Is that what? That's
or the opportunity is just the same, or perhaps more that I'm alone and I work alone.
And is that, Ordelani, is that what you're trying to do? Is that what you and Miss Pratt and several others are trying to do here? Which, sorry, it's true. I'm not interested in it. I may have done it or I may not have done it. That's up to me. So you two or half a dozen of us want to clear up the confusion, and you come with that intention, and I come with quite a different intention, or he or you come with quite a different intention. So we'll be, you'll be talking about cheese, and I'll be talking about vegetables, and then again.
Having listened to so many times, it is clear that we have to cease to exist. That is clear in all this to be of violence, all the rest of it.
That's
now,
quite right.
that is the question.
Right. Now, right.
And that's what I'm here for.
Right, sir. Then what?
For this I need this passion that I talked about.
Yes, sir. How will you get it?
How can I be passionate about this if I'm so concerned with myself?
No, he's saying something else. Not passionate about something.
Or how can I have this passion if I'm so passionate only about myself and my problems?
Jump in the lake.
Yes, but this is the thing, that while I'm still concerned about this periphery approach, I will never have this other.
Madam, that's what we're trying to be very clear.
Yes.
I may be approaching it. I may be thinking in terms of peripheral.
Yes.
I'm living there, and my life is there, my whole activity is there. And I'm fooling myself when I say, well, I'm doing, something else. I'm not.
Yes.
Or I say, well, I don't want to discuss it. But it's equally silly. Because my life is that. Inwardly, I may put on a mask of extraordinary otherness, but inwardly I'm seething with that stuff. So you and I, we must be very clear why we are here, you and I. Sorry, to go back to
So we have discussed all this question. Many of people are here are in the position to discuss and to understand very well, deeply, many important questions. But we are all tired to discuss about it. So we are here to do some other things. Which kind of work we are doing together now?
Senor, what is it? You must be very clear in yourself why you are here. What is it you want?
To have one opportunity, more opportunity to understand deeply, to realize this explosion you speak about. I don't know. Don't use word. Any case, to have more opportunity in a discussion of a little group I don't know if it is possible this, but I am here because there is this opportunity.
Well, all I can say is that I love life and I find joy in it.
That may be because your physical glands working extraordinarily well. And say, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Well, somehow things.
I mean, that's what all the young people do. You say, what is all this fuss about? Knowing your self-explosion center? Oh, it's all nonsense. I want to dance. I want to flirt. I want to sleep with a girl, and they're exploding.
Yes.
They're not interested nowadays, but we say we are interested in something else, isn't it? Now, what is it? Is it because our metabolism, our cells are getting old, therefore we say that's enough? That's all.
But can we verbalize it?
I mean, wait a minute, we are verbalizing, that's all. I don't want to get drunk every night or the nightclub every night. I'm fed up with all that. I'm getting old. So my mind turns to something else and say, well, I'd like to see what's beyond death, what's God, what is
It's the
this.
same thing.
Wait, therefore I'm asking myself, what is it we are finished with youth, except by that. We are finished with youth. And we say now, is it our glands dictating? The chemical metabolism change is going on, biochemistry and all the rest of it. And we say, well, or is it something entirely different? I don't know.
It's something entirely different. It must be.
It isn't different then.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Same thing.
Therefore, if it is entirely something different, finish talking about this everlasting stuff.
Yes.
Not because
we've solved it.
That's it. Now, if you haven't solved it, then it becomes a trick.
Which I didn't quite understand.
If you haven't solved the daily metabolistic or chemical or all the rest of it, then finish with it.
Yes.
So you and I must be very clear. What is it? We have got a week. Let's see. We've got a week or 8 days. We can prolong it or dim it, put it in 2 days and cut it all out. We've got a week. What is it we are trying to do? Can we pool all our questions, yours, mine, his, and say, look, this is the real thing that we not want, we're after. I don't know, we're not seeking or anything. That's the only thing that interests us. It's like a boy and a girl going along, and there is no other interest for them. They become callous to everything. We are not in that state, fortunately or unfortunately, it's up to you. But I'm just asking, can we, you, Dr. Simmel, and I, and you, and Suarez, and everybody say, look, this is really our concern, not in the sense, I'm concerned in the sweet sense of that word, not in the ugly sense of that word. See, that's our concern.
Of course it is, that's exactly.
Suarez, be careful, I'll strip you up. I'm sorry.
Do.
No, I'm not going to so easily accept you. I'm not so easily going to accept your statement, that's what we are.
No, that's what you want.
I won't accept it. You and I must be very clear about this, man. Otherwise we'll mess it all up at the end of the week. And you'll say next day, for God's sake, I've drunk at this, I've been listening to 41 years, where am I? Once or twice in the last 3 months, I just happened to see the oneness of the process of becoming, of the time process. And at that moment, everything was seen from a different point of view. And I can't say it's always like that. And I've come to see, I feel there's a relationship between seeing this new point of view and the fact of seeing the whole becoming as one thing. And I suppose global, not seeing the incidents, but just a kind of milling round all this.
I'm sure Dr. Bohm, who is a physicist, theoretical physicist and all the rest of it, he's not interested in self-knowledge. Well, he says, look, I'm just talking for you, sir. He says, what I want to find out not search, I want is a mind that is in a state of creation and explosion, which is always moving, exploding, moving away. Right, sir? Now, look, you and I are interested in that. I'm interested in that. Nothing else. All this is child's work, the rest.
Yes, well, I mean, if there is something which gets you going, then perhaps it starts. But without something to get you going, it doesn't seem to start.
Wait, sir, wait. You and I are interested in that. And Miss Pratt says, please, I'm confused. I don't know how to clear it up. You see the relationship? There's no relationship. She's talking about something, and you and I are talking about something else, or you and I are talking about something else, and you are different. And so we're all at this cross purposes now. Right? Are we?
Yes.
I don't know, huh? So can we come together, not be at cross purposes, and say, look, let us meditate, sit, talk, stand on anything, so as to pool all our things, resources, not money, our resources of thought, energy, vitality, chemical if all the rest, put all our resources together, and from there start. You follow what I mean, sir? So, Miss Pratt, will you get over your confusion? That's your job. You've been at it for 40 years. It's your job. And for Signor Ortola, I'd say, well, it gives me an opportunity to explore myself. I'm in a small group. I said, please. After 40 years, if you haven't done that, for goodness sake, get home and do something. You follow? It's a waste of your time. You wouldn't spend a day on all this. Why not? So can Dr. Bob and I and you who say, look, I don't want to keep talking about the superficial, environmental, peripheral approach and all that. It's up to you. Do it. Get it over, for God's sake. Then you and I can sit down and talk. You follow? Really talk. You're not trying to show off, nor am I trying to show off. Then you and I become terribly serious. You follow, son?
It seems to me that it's necessary for people to become excited about the discussion and forget oneself.
That's it. That's a little bit risky, isn't it? You get there, one can get terribly excited, emotional, and later go out of the room and begin the whole game again. That becomes too infant to lead this double life.
Interested rather than excited.
Suarez brushed off the word maturity. And I said, no. I won't so easily be brushed off. That word or that inquiry into that demands tremendous inquiry. Tremendous sense of awakened, search. Not to be mature. A man who is always talking about peripheral approach is never mature. Either you can be mature in an instant because you see it, or you never see it and therefore keep on talking about maturity and not. You follow? So do we voluntarily in this group, we can add more, if somebody's fed up with it, for God's sake leave it. If I don't stay, can I go? Just forget and go. Can you and I and others pool our resources so that we don't, we can really work together on this? I don't know if you follow, sir?
It seems to me that there does exist this state of mind that starts to move and from from the center, which
That's right, sir.
which is difficult to find.
I don't think, no,
No, I mean,
I
which
won't say
are difficult
difficult
to
to find.
define. To define, I made the wrong word. To
Yeah.
define.
I think, sir, what it demands is not, it demands astonishing series, you follow, in that sense. Not serious of saying, my Joe, I'm confused, however, that's also all right. But this demands quite a different kind of seriousness. I don't know.
Without any commitment.
Without, yes, even there is a, you. I mean, after all, a man, there is a difference between a man who is going from church to church, teacher to teacher, you know, looking, reading, searching, asking, begging, demanding, and the man who's finished with all that, and says, and is concerned, in the right sense, concerned. And he's no longer in a state of seeking. And the state of non-seeking, it demands astonishing awareness and astonishing seriousness. At least that's the way I look at it, and that's I would like to discuss with such people. You discuss quotes. I mean, this is meditation, you follow, sir? In the right sense of that word.
Do you mean to say that if there is this, when there is this energy, then there's nothing to look for?
And therefore, you and I will talk at a different level. You follow what I mean?
But I only see this weak,
Yeah.
vague way.
So is that what you are all here for? That one has swiftly understood all distraction. You follow, sir? And doesn't say, well, discuss what is distraction, what is concentration, what is meditation, how to be meditate, how to get rid of distraction. It isn't, I don't know.
Easily brushed aside.
Huh?
Can be brushed aside too.
Absolutely.
Then there's a new sensitivity, and it seems to be that everything is love.
Don't terminate, don't verbalize it yet, sir. That's what before let's spend a couple of mornings, it doesn't matter, to find out what it is, whether we can all pool our resources together. And you can't pool your resource if you are concerned with something else. Right? Or the like, okay. No.
And not to be distracted for some other kind of thing.
Ah,
but the question
no,
I
sir.
am here for is not known.
Huh?
The question I am here for is not known in this usual sense.
That's right. That's what we're trying now to make perfectly clear. We'll take 2 mornings even, that doesn't matter. To find out if you're concerned how to get rid of distractions, or concerned about clearing up confusion, or are you concerned with pooling all your energy, all your resources of thought, emotion, nerves, eyes, ears, the whole biochemical chemistry of your being, and then say, look, my whole being is functioning together to not to go into much deeper things. I'm using these words.
It seems to me that I have to put all my energy and so and so and so at disposition for something not the about what I cannot speak about words. But all my being is there, waiting something that I don't know what.
No. We're talking of two different things.
And so
we're talking of two different.
When I'm dispersing my energy,
I
know what I do. I know the object of the application of my energy. In this case, I have to take away all this distraction, and I have my energies at disposition.
My dear, we're not talking of concentrating energy. If you want to clear up your confusion, you and I can talk about it apart another day. You come and see me, or I come and see you, or we will attack it differently. But I don't want to discuss that here. You follow? I don't want to go, what is confusion, how contradiction, all that. I said, you and I will do it outside. But if that is your major concern, then you and I mean, Dr. Bowman, I wouldn't be able to meet you. Right, sir? We want something else, not more. You follow? We are concerned about something much, totally different thing altogether. So, you must be very clear why you are here. So that what I'm trying to get is, together we can all pool our resources and go into this thing. I won't repeat this ad nauseam. You understand it now. If that isn't your interest, please drop away, go away. Don't bother. Nobody's hurt and you don't miss a thing. It isn't a private society, private sect, whispering and passwords and the cross and all that other silly nonsense. See, when we were in London, Dr. Bowman and I talked about it. We could get somewhere. Right, sir?
Right.
He and I are interested in that. And if you aren't interested in that, I don't see the point of this group. You follow, sir? I don't really see the point of it. That is, to find out, or not seek and all the rest of it, but to come upon something which is not in any way connected with man-made psychological structure, right, sir?
Is it that a state of mind must come into being, another state of mind?
That's right.
Which you cannot come by any intention.
Intention, right. Now, how we do all want to discuss that, discuss codes.
Yes, yes.
So, let's, for the moment, I won't assume that everybody wants the same thing. Probably don't. If few of us want that, then how do we proceed? You follow, sir? How do you and I proceed to come upon that thing which is not intentional?
There seems to be a paradox because...
I know. You see, sir, the word creation, dangerous word, the word creation is not that thing. No, right. And this mind could step into it. In a sense, not seek it, not do it with an intent, and not identify itself with it, and so on, all the childish things we do. This mind which is of time and all that. If this mind could come into it, you understand, sir? And use it cannot come, could, you understand, sir?
So engage in it.
Engage in it, be in mesh with it, any word doesn't matter. I mean, that would be tremendous significance, you follow? Look, you have it. You have it. I haven't got it. I see how tremendously significant, important it is. You follow? Not because of any intent, because I'll become famous. That's all too silly. But I see that state is the only state.
Without, otherwise there are problems.
That's finished. That's the only state. Now I say to myself, but how is it possible? You can't give it to me. There is no direction. There is no saying give up this and give up that and you'll come to this. I see, I mean, from your talk, from your, the way, I see you have that quality of mind is there. And I am not jealous, I am not comparing. I say, what a marvelous thing that would be to live like that. Then I say to myself, not how in the sense method, how do I come to that? Not as a search, as an end, or how does a human being possess it or be possessed by it? You follow, sir? To be possessed by it, they say, do this. I said, please, you follow? That's too ridiculous.
Mustn't it be there? I don't see how you can come to it unless it's there.
I'm asking. We are exploring. You follow, sir? I see it must exist. Or I see you in that state. And I say, but you, how extraordinary. Why did he get it? Not comparatively enviously. He's got it. Why not I? You follow? It's there. What is there to do or not do?
Surely that becomes a method then, Krishna.
No, I said that. If you say, well, go and stand on your head for 3 times a day and take a bath 3 times a day, eat this and eat that, don't, all that. I said, please, I've finished with all that stuff. When I was 20 or 30, it's all over. But I'm interested in that mind, you follow? Not I want to get it. Which again becomes too childish.
That's the stairs.
It's
not the
that
thing.
mind, it's there and I want to understand it. It must be, you follow? So then I will talk to Dr. Bo and say, look, sir, how does this happen? See, my approach is entirely different, you follow? It is not that I want to get it.
Well, but you say you want to find the process.
I'm not interested.
No, but through which it comes.
And I say, how?
What brings it along?
No. I won't use any of those words.
Where is it?
No. You're missing. Just listen quietly. Listen, sir. Don't ask. I'm asking. I'm asking him. I say to him, sir, that mind is there. I see it in you operating. Because I'm not blind. I'm not emotional. I don't want to become a follower of flattery and all that coming on. You follow? It has no value. It has no monetary or emotional or intellectual value to me. I see it's there, and I say, how did it happen to you, sir? How? Not that I want to understand it. You follow? I don't want to get it. I don't want to be in that state or in that. It's no meaning. How did it? What is the?
What do you mean to ask where it began? I mean,
I quality of it.
Yes, I say how.
What is it,
No, sir, not what is it. You see, you're all approaching it from the desire to get it. I am not.
But you said earlier, by Jove, being marvelous to have that.
I don't mean that. I meant in a totally different sense.
Yes. But
I don't want to possess. I can't possess it. It's like the sky. I can't possess it. It's impossible. You follow? I don't think in those terms at all. Then I say how to express it, paint, pictures, talk. You follow? It becomes too mesquite. It becomes too childish. Not only it's gone, it's frittered away. So I say to myself, there is that quality of mind. I see it operating. I'm not interested in it's operating in you or in me or in, it's operating. And I say, I want, not I, you understand, I'm using words to convey the meaning. I want to be drunk with it, let's put it that way. I want to be drunk with it, I don't know. You understand, so what I mean? Drunk. Huh? This mind must be of it, not volitionally. This also, I'm not going to repeat all this. This mind must touch the outskirts, the center, the being of it. And I say, then my inquiry is entirely different from the man who says I must possess it. Right? Right, sir? Now, are we like that? The one is greedy, the other has no sense of greed or anything in that. It's like sunlight, it's there, not because I want it. Can we start from there? Now, please be awfully careful, because then if you're thinking in terms of getting, you won't get it. Then you are now back again. However, you follow, all that must be swept aside. we start from there, sir?
Well, there seems to be a difficulty that we deny the I, and yet we say I want to engage, my mind that is, wants to engage with this creative state.
Is there any purpose in discussing whether this is a totally unknown other something to all of us, or whether it is
knowable,
knowable or already known in however minute?
No.
But not in the.
Can't be knowable and then
No, but
recognizable,
is it
functionable.
Have we any of us any experience of this?
No,
Is that
I can't. It's not an experienceable and recordable.
And how is it talkable?
Is it talkable?
Is it talkable?
Ah, yes, I think it is talkable. In the sense, our inquiry will be entirely, our talk, inquiry, discussion will be entirely different when there is not the element of personal pursuit.
Yes.
Would you say that, sir? Right? A personal desire, craving. No, that's not true. Which means no endeavor. I mean, if there is an element of personal ambition, wanting to be famous, as most people do, including us, and the other thing can't function. You follow? Your discussion will be utterly sterile. And there, self-knowledge is meaning. You follow?
Right.
Too well to say I'll be self-knowledge, no myself in order to get that is no meaning. Now, do we start from there? Huh? No, I'm not going to accept this so easily. Not accept, I'm not ready. I mean, we can't discuss them, we can't talk together.
Begin with an observation that is pure observation without elements of purchase.
It's not even observation. It's not even observation. You see, that's why we must be so. So, look, sir, to possess something demands quite a different kind of energy, doesn't it? A certain energy, doesn't it? Possess something. Outward things or psychological things, it requires certain energy. That energy has nothing whatsoever to do with the other.
say is not the same energy.
It is not. It
No,
has
absolutely.
nothing to do with it. And if you bring that energy, the possessive energy, to say, well, I'll discuss with you, you can't. So, if you want to enter into this business, you must be very clear, we got it for us, to go into the possessive energy and see if you can put it outside there, lock it up or burn it or do whatever you like with it. And then come and say, look, I'm also interested in this. Then that energy is entirely different. Then you, he and I, our coordinated energy, not disharmonious anti or adjusting or identifying energy. Your energy minus his energy, then we can pool our resource of energy and go into this, right?
The two energies cannot
coexist.
No, they are
Coexist, you may. We're not interested in whether coexist.
No, I think that till I have put it out the other one, the other.
Obviously, sir, I won't even discuss that. It's like a man who says, I'll keep my ambition. Because I want to be a famous man, secretly in my heart. And I'll come and discuss with you most earnestly about, I said, what the devil are we doing?
So the first step is put out
And
this energy.
During those
the first step is not to see in the other question.
No, sir. During the 18 talks, you're supposed to have done all this. Don't start it here. Here professors are meeting. Sorry.